Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mike Silverstein. I'm chairman of the DuPont Circle Advisory Neighborhood Commission. We represent about 20,000 residents from 14th and U down to DuPont, West DuPont, and part of the Central Business District. Ours is a neighborhood, as Councilmember Catania will tell you, where all are welcome, all are equal, and all have dignity. And so it should come as no surprise that last month ANC 2B unanimously passed a resolution urging Council to establish marriage equality, and I submit the resolution for the record. Mr. Chairman, the arguments in favor of this legislation have been advanced far more eloquently by those who have preceded me than I could ever hope to express. And frankly, I've been overjoyed at how many clergy have been in support. That should make your job that much easier. If some denominations seek to perform and recognize same-sex marriages and others do not, it is certainly not the job of a legislative body to pick and choose one denomination over another. Just as no denomination should be forced to perform or recognize such marriages, neither should certain denominations have veto power over others who wish to join same-sex couples in matrimony. But in a larger sense, Mr. Chairman, even if no denomination seeks to perform same-sex marriages, this is about a civil right and not about the sanctification or sanctity of marriage. Your job, Mr. Chairman, is to make sure our streets are safe, to make sure the garbage gets picked up, and as you work so hard to do, to make sure that there's water in the fire hydrants. D.C. Council is not in the sanctifying business. Not you folks, not now and not ever. Opponents may talk of Adam and Steve, Adam and Eve. Well, in our neighborhood, those of us who do believe we are all children of God, Adam, Eve, and Steve. We ask if the God who created Scott and Zelda didn't also create Alice B. Toklas and Gertrude Stein. If God created Bonnie and Clyde to raise hell, didn't he also create J. Edgar and Clyde to track them down? The ways of the Almighty and the human heart are sometimes difficult to understand and always impossible to legislate. Civil rights are not so scarce that in order to give them to one group, you have to take them away from somebody else. But no one loses anything here. This is about expanding and strengthening the rights of families, of same-sex couples and their children, to be together and to stay together, to care for one another, to have legal protections that are very real in sickness and in health. Till death do they part. If you need to fine-tune this legislation to protect some religious charities, so be it. We cherish religious freedom, but we remind you to take care so that you don't allow taxpayer dollars to be used to discriminate against those very taxpayers who have to foot the bill. May I close by thanking you for holding this hearing, by hearing my testimony, and thanking those on both sides of this issue who are keeping it civil. We may disagree, but we are neighbors and friends, and we need not walk in fear one of another, and we will not allow outsiders to spread that fear in our city. Finally, this bill is not about fear. It is about hope and love. It is about ordinary people who don't want to spend their lives alone. They want to be together, to build a family, and simply have the same legal protections as everyone else. This is about creating a city where, under law, all are welcome, all are equal, and all have dignity. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.